Okay. Yeah, we're live. Okay. Yeah. This one's right off the bat when it comes down to it. Um, I mean, for me, dude, like I'm seeing people just float around everything when it comes to when it comes to Deontay. I mean, like I'm not even gonna be too articulate with this as I usually am. Like I just don't quite understand what it is with everyone's obsession. And what's up, Mike? In everyone's obsession in just wanting Deontay back. And like this is probably the first video really addressing like just the whole thing overall of where he's at, because I've already talked about the fight behind the scenes and yesterday or the day before I touched on it a little bit. So I kind of just want to put it out there now that all the begging that has commenced since October 10th, because October 9th is when, the deed was done. Um, I'm just not really understanding why everyone is begging for there to be some resurgence of Deontay, some return, some comeback. I mean, let me look up uh, some fucking synonyms that I can use for this freaking for these beggars out here. A resurgence, a rally, revival, a rebound, um, to uh, you know, Sally back, like all that shit, you know. Um, what's the point? Like, everyone got what they essentially wanted, October 9th. Um, and again, like Adari, dude, like you're probably a bot, I mean, like I see you floating around, you're probably a bot, but whatever. I mean, that's your opinion. But um, I mean, there's no point in Deontay returning. I mean, listen, I can't seem to like um get a simple a reasonable explanation for why he should return. If he wants to, is the only thing that he can be in control of. Because he's not going to listen to people on YouTube talking about it like this. He doesn't care about that. It's his choice. But it can't go from him returning his dumbass coach Malik saying, "Oh yeah, he'll be ready to be back in camp in March, and then we'll get a fight in May." Like, why are there like stupid contingency theories out there that his team has in place? It's like they almost expected the third fight not to go their way. And if anyone's out there, let me know if I'm not speaking up enough. If you can hear me properly, I'll probably try to bring my laptop closer. But listen, the thumbnail says it all. Okay, and as far as I'm concerned, I mean, there's a bit too much BS, um, going around to just freaking have some sort of, you know, um, some stupid resurgence want from these haters, because they don't give a shit, dude. Like they don't care about a freaking, what do you call it? I'm trying to see if I can put a background up or something on StreamYard. You gotta upgrade me. You gotta pay for features on StreamYard. This is ridiculous, dude. But oh wow, there's actually background music I can put. That's mad. But like once again, dude, we got people out here, um, like Mr. Shelton. Oh yeah, good seeing you, Mr. Shelton. I gotta know if you're the real one, because you got some idiots out there that freaking trolling your account. But I mean, Wilder versus Ngannou again. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Let's just focus on the topic at hand. I'm not trying to be an asshole about it, but like I said, channels out here profited off of talking shit about this man for years on end, dude. For years on end, since like 2014, these people have been making money off the back of this man's name. Yeah, And it makes you kind of wonder, maybe this is why Deontay didn't get certain sponsorships, because these companies heard about him and they were hearing all this false shit spread about him. Now all of a sudden people want him back because he got knocked out, as they say. I mean, he took a punch and he went down and the ref called it. And then he got up after, like, what, 8 seconds? He got knocked out, but Fury in the first fight didn't get knocked out. And he got up at, what, 9 or something? That's bullshit for me, I'm not really following this whole thing. Like, please come back. There's a lot of fights out there. What fights are there exactly out there for Deontay? Like, this shit is ridiculous, dude. Like, he fought Ortiz twice. He fought Brazil mandatory. He fought Stavern twice there. The second time was, a funny situation, but it got done. You had your undefeated prospects here and there. You had the draw with Fury. What else is there to really do? I mean, apart from the AJ fight, which, in my opinion, well, he was smart not to continue to pursue that shit, because he was never getting that fight. He was never getting that fight. And I thought Deontay was a little naive in trying to pursue the second fight with Fury. I mean, I genuinely think, because this is what I said, like, in 2019, I said, I want that rematch straight away. And then I thought, you know what? Let's forget about Fury. If we can just run off with because they ran off with their moral victory, remember? They were saying that he got up, this and that. He got a moral victory by getting off the floor. So it's like, cool. So we can do the same then. Deontay Wilder side can just say, yep, we have one fight and that is it. A draw, who cares? We can let all the casuals and all the hardcores or all the fanboys, because I'm a fanboy, in case you didn't know, but everyone else can just ponder over who would have beaten who in a rematch. But we would have never got the rematch. And I would have been okay with that. Couldn't have given a shit, really. It's like, okay, he ran around and got knocked down twice and looked like he'd been in a car accident. And then frickin' Deontay could have just ran off and frickin' got Brazil, Ortiz, and then he should have gone for like Kalnaki or something. Really. Because Kalnaki was talking all that shit and everyone's saying that he was avoiding him. He frickin' needed to fight him in New York, so he should have just done that then. Someone block that Russian bot. Because I can't do it on my end. Like, block him, hide him. But anyway, should have gone for him, and then because Dillian White, like if he wanted to step up, get rid of him, or get rid of Rivas, because he really should have taken his spot anyway. Because with Dillian White, freaking thanks, Mr. Shelton. See, I can't see it on StreamYard, so I just say it anyway. But again, Michael Hunter, that's a good name. And then some other dudes there, just build your wins up. Forget about trying to fight these other guys, because Fury fucking ran already. Joshua ran. Okay, so there's no point trying to fight those two. If you can't, and Dillian White ran, so I mean Ortiz a third time, like there's no point in trying to chase. We'll go for Trevor Bryan when he's got that fucking belt, take that and claim it. There's no point trying to fight all these other guys, especially now. Like people wanted Deontay to fight Charles Martin, who Ortiz has beat now and is not getting credit for. Like Andy Ruiz is like whack, dude. Like my whole perception of I never thought he was good even when he beat Joshua. That's the whole thing about this facade and everything, That's the whole thing about this. I mean, I see Adari in there saying like Chisora, like dude, Chisora's won his highest fight at European level. He hasn't even fucking won a fight at world level, dude. Who, Takam? Takam was number 7 in the WBC or something. Or Actually, let me check. I'm gonna check the rate. WBC ratings June 2018 because I'm sure he was like number 7 Takam, and he was coming off a loss. Oh no, sorry, number 13 in the freaking WBC. So he wasn't even a top 10 contender. That's Chizora's best win, but Deontay should fight him. And Chisora doesn't want that fight. Everyone says, "Oh, Chisora will fight anyone." Will he? He sounds willing to fight everyone else, but he's like, "Oh yeah, if I have to fight Deontay, I will." That doesn't sound like someone that wants to fight. That sounds like someone saying that as if they're like, "Oh well, if I'm forced to, if I'm in it, if it's like my only option, then I'll go for it." So no, I'm not going to fall into that narrative. This is bullshit, you know. And you people watching out there know that third fight was also bullshit, really. As you know, whatever Deontay was doing in there with his freaking hands being down and gassing out, yeah, he fucked up in that aspect. But he still fought against bullshit. I mean, the amount of headlocks and I mean, look, I watched the UFC yesterday and I saw a plethora of techniques that Fury had used in that third fight that were present on that whole card. It's not boxing anymore. It's just like do what you want, sort of thing. You know, that's all it is, dude. That's all it is. Michael Hunter is a bad style, but see, that would be a good fight because people would want to see that. I remember people were saying that as well. Hunter will beat Wilder. Fine, let's see it. You know, Wilder versus Usyk and Joshua. That is the only way Deontay can redeem the whole thing of his career is by if Usyk, is undisputed or whatever, and then Wilder can beat Usyk because no one else is going to do it for him. You know, I would have rather Deontay have not fought Fury and just fought a bunch of other guys in like the top 10 or the top 15 and deserving guys, not guys that you get fighting 100K for and then claim they're ducking you like Hergovich. No, not those guys or not Tony Yoka, you know. Like Hunter, that would have been a good one at that stage. Or Rivas or something like that. Guys like Ruiz fighting leftovers. Now they're suddenly deserving of a Deontay fight. All of a sudden. Who wants to see that rubbish? That's a rubbish fight, that. No one even knows Andy Ruiz in the States. He was getting booed in his last fight. Areola hasn't fought on pay-per-view, I think, ever, or he's fought once? No, that was a pay-per-view. That was his first pay-per-view. Yeah, and he was getting a reception. Before that, he was taking L's. And Ruiz struggled in that fight. And somehow, all of a sudden, like, they're going to try to promote that fight as if, oh, well, Deontay fought him in 2016. They got a common opponent. And Deontay did it easier. I beat him better. I don't care about all that. It's just a waste of time for me. It's all a waste of time. There's no one out there to fight at all. I'm going to check the rankings now on Box Live. Let me pull this up. I just don't understand. I'm just checking my email as well because I got shit. Okay. I have to check that later. She get rid of the Bridgeweight division? Maybe. I mean, you guys in the chat, let me know what you think. I could let someone on here. Just it depends who's in and out. Fucking heck. Like I said, dude, all these fucking hated channels. I mean, Counterpunch, all these guys, man, just begging him to come back because they just want to see him lose again. That's all they want to do, bro. That's all they want to do. I mean, I heard some guys saying they get some guy that's in, up there that's got connections saying that, oh, they should they got to do an eliminator between Wilder and Ruiz. Here we go with this eliminator bullshit, dude. Like eliminator for what? For what? No, Adari, it wouldn't be a good fight next. He's not even a heavyweight anymore. I mean, what are we looking at here, right? What's today? The 24th or something? So, I mean, WBC, right? So he's first. Joyce is 2. But Joyce is one in the WBO. Frank Sanchez, Parker, Ruiz, Ortiz, Cabello, Hrgovic. Hrgovic doesn't get it. Like, I can rule out Joyce, rule out Parker because he doesn't want to fight. Ruiz will definitely want to because Ruiz is just fucking the most entitled prick in the division. Ortiz is just not going to get it. Cabello, that would have been a good guy if he left Fury alone because he could go to Germany and get some exposure there. Hrgovic, IBF, Makhmudov, he's fucking at Bridgeway or something. Hunter would have been good, but he's not looking too good now. And then the rest of those guys are no good. Like, look at Dubois. You know, he's got to go for the WBA instead. There's just no one here for him. There's no one here. The division sucks, dude. It's no good. I was pretty lenient on it like 2 years ago. It sucks, dude. Like, I heard someone say on Instagram, Parker versus Wilder. That's like freaking 4, 5, 6 years overdue that. We're talking about fights that could have been made way ages ago. And now they want them all of a sudden. Now they want them. But back then, they were making all kinds of excuses for why the fight couldn't happen. You know? Or because, if you want to freaking actually achieve some shit in the sport, sometimes you need to take the risk. You know? Parker running off to fight Joshua because it's a bigger bag. That much bigger of a bag? Really? This isn't Hrgovic or Yoka we're talking about. We're talking about a damn champion here. You know? But like I said, they're going to try to bump up some opponents. And the funny thing is, right, they're going to keep begging for Deontay to come back and get a fight. And then once he announces, if he chooses not to retire, excuse me. Once he announces that he will not retire, it will be a case of, oh, well, this opponent sucks. We don't want to see him fight him. Like, his record is 42, 2-1, right? If he wins, he's 43, 2-1. No one will give him credit. You can win 5 fights in the first round knockout, and no one will give a shit. No one will give a shit at all. Deontay, listen, did Deontay not fight the best competition coming up in terms of, when he has like 20 fights in? Of course not. And again, if you want to hold Deontay to that standard, then everyone else in their career should be held to that standard. Everyone. So what if Deontay fought 25 journeymen? Dillian Whyte has done a similar thing. Anthony Joshua was doing it. Tyson Fury was doing it. All these guys, all these freaking dudes have been doing it. Deontay Wilder did it a bit more because he was a bit more underdeveloped. So the fuck what? It happens. Not everyone's career is the same. But you can't put that standard up for one guy and then everyone else is cool with it. Nah, I can't have it that way. You got to be down the middle with it. You know? I don't care if he's in the WBO. Look, you have to understand there's not a fight out there that makes any sense whatsoever. None. And I know what you're doing there, Adari. You're like, go, what? Because you knocked him out in the amateurs. It's a revenge sort of thing. It doesn't mean shit, dude. Romanov had plenty of time to get a pro career going. And what? Now he wants to fight with Deontay. He hasn't said that, but I wouldn't be surprised because Deontay's an old man now. You know? He looked like crap in his last fight, at least from the 3rd round onwards. They always liked Wilder. They just don't want to say it out loud. Too busy pushing false narrative. No, I don't think so, Mike. I just think that it's like the happy face, angry face sort of thing, where you put your hand in front of your face and lift it up and down. It's just that bullshit. They're sympathizing now. They want to sympathize for him. There's nothing to sympathize about. I wasn't sympathizing for Joshua when he lost to Usyk. You know? I mean, they're dumbass, dude. I saw IOTBA make that bum-ass video. You know? Yes, see, Adari, I read your mind. See, I knew what you were doing there. You're not getting that. You're not getting that fight. What's the point? And I mean, look, dude, Wilder is an ectomorph. Him hitting the bag, him hitting the pads, him sparring, him lifting weights, he's just breaking his body down now. There's no point in doing it. No matter how many doctors, nutritionists, freaking strength and conditioning coaches you hire and you think are good for you, it don't mean shit. It don't mean shit at all. And I know, so I got a similar build to Wilder in terms of just the body type, the ectomorph. Okay? Not good. Your joints and everything go to shit. I mean, look how easily he breaks his hand. It's so easy for him to break his hand. You know, all these other guys, they got all this fat on them and all this, cushion on them. They don't have to undergo that. I'm telling you, there's no point in him coming back and having to deal with the Mike Hoppingers of the world, the Dan Raphaels of the world, the Lance Pugmires of the world. And then you got the boxing journalists that are retired now, which are Ishe Smith, who's done nothing in his career, freaking Tim Witherspoon out here. Who else? I mean, I'll list it. Brian Kenny. I mean, these people, have so much to say, dude, especially on that keyboard. But when it's in person, when Deontay is at these events, they have nothing to say to him at all. Really. And I mean, I can't. This is the thing that gets me the most about this whole thing. The fact that Deontay's team is acting as if it's okay of what the result was. Like, it was unfortunate. We didn't get the result we wanted, but I just can't stand the acceptance of it. It's like, and I'm not mad about the fight like how I used to be. Like, I don't let it bother me like that. But I was watching Wilder versus Washington and Wilder versus Stavern one, and he was just using the high guard so well in those fights, just blocking punches. I mean, him doing that alone in those fights, in the trilogy would have served him so well. He wouldn't have got caught with stupid shit. But he's got a terrible coach in his corner now, who I gave the benefit of the doubt to, and who is so sensitive to criticism that he will block you on whatever, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. He'll say on an interview about people, it's just ridiculous, dude. All that talk for what exactly, And it gives people the advantage in talking shit, like Dillian White. Oh, I think the fight should have been stopped sooner. Meanwhile, he's sitting on the sidelines doing F all, And that's why I'm saying, there's just some people that don't deserve to make money off of your name, aka Dillian White. That's why I said just now, Rivas is better, because Rivas ain't going to disrespect you like that. He ain't going to pull some stupid shit in the ring with PEDs and gloves. He's just going to fight. Simple as that. He just does the sport. All these other guys, they don't box. They just, they do foolishness. I'm not going to let Lamar Scott or Dean White make money off of my name, just to support his brother, I mean, who do you think you are, dude? Deontay's out here at youth clubs in London, and you're coming in trying to make it about your brother and everything. We got this guy from Alabama coming all the thousands of miles over to the UK, trying to uplift the youth and inspire them and motivate them to get out of trouble and make change for their life. And you want to come in and talk about Dillian White? And, please give my brother a shot. Begging. There's a bunch of bullshit, dude. Seriously. That's why I say, fuck Fury and everyone else. Shouldn't have given them an opportunity after that first fight. I can live with the fantasy matchup, rematch, whatever. I don't need to see the shit again. This shit is dumb, dude. He's not in a good spot at all. I can't fucking stand how people just try to big this up. And I understand that people have an opinion and that they are entitled to their opinion. But what you must understand is that, no one else is going to touch 10 defenses, right? But people don't care about that. They act like that's nothing. But there's just no point in going through the bullshit again. Listen, Deontay is not even going to get as much publicity now. I saw him. Look, dude, we all saw him sitting in that corner, with the doctor checking him out, putting the flashlight in his face. Who wants to be that person? I don't want to be the person sitting in that chair with blood on my ear and me with my mouth open, gasping for air, getting checked by the doctor. That shit sucks, dude. You know? And I'm glad he didn't give Fury respect at the end. Fury up there begging, once again, begging, like everyone else is begging at this point, and so on, and will continue to, saying, respect me. Like, you're screaming at someone, pointing at your chest, saying, respect me, respect me. Like, Wilder's respect means so much to Fury. It meant so much when you ran off the top rank. It meant so much when you ran off again and pulled some stupid cheating shit in the ring. And in the third fight as well. And he's still talking shit on Twitter about this whole debacle of how I beat Klitschko, he's got abs, and I beat Wilder, and he's got abs. You didn't box to win. You just wrestled. You just grabbed his armpit and just punched him in his ribs. That's all you did, dude. That's all you did. All the other stuff is just down to Wilder having a terrible trainer in his corner. A terrible trainer, Malik Scott is a terrible trainer. I can't believe I actually made a video on this guy and gave him the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt I gave this guy. And he failed miserably. He did nothing right in that fight at all. Surgical. This is not a surgical fight. If he's going to fight rough, you might as well do it. Or negate it with skill. Which you didn't give Deontay. He didn't move his head. He, good to see you here, Rajai. Good to see you here. He didn't do anything. He was like saying Mike Tyson quotes in Deontay's corner about silent agreements in the clinch and everything. You didn't teach him shit in the clinch, dude. He didn't do anything. I mean, where was the not audacity, that's not the word, freaking really just the just wanting to, the impulsiveness to get out of the clinch, just get your hands under the hooks and then get them out. He wasn't taught that, clearly. We saw that. Malik is a scam artist, dude. He gives all this good talk, all those interviews he did, like, we're gonna clip him and then move on to Joshua, and then, we can't miss. I mean, and then people have more respect for Malik. Malik ain't done shit for Wilder, but made him worse. Don't fight again, man. Seriously. Do not fight again. You got 8 kids to look after. You didn't have time to freaking be doing this stupid shit in the ring. And here goes Malik again, saying back in March. Sorry, in March he's good to go because his suspension ends in April. So he really shouldn't even be training in March. But we'll be back in May. So what? He's going to be having an 8-week training camp off of a terrible performance, a terrible loss. And he thinks that's good. And it might not be an 8-week training camp. It might not be that. It might be 6 or 7 weeks. Because remember, you got days off in between. You got freaking, announcements. This shit is ridiculous, dude. There's absolutely no point whatsoever in Deontay fighting again. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to cater to these false people with these false narratives. All these people in his camp have poisoned his mind. They've poisoned him to the point where he looks like a robot in the ring now. He's looking like AJ in there a bit in that third fight. No head movement, with the chin up in the air. I mean, if that was me, I'd be saying, look, the jab, relentless to the head and body. I don't care if you don't hit him clean, hit him in the shoulders, all of that. Throw the uppercut, circle, kill the clock a bit, Shit is ridiculous. It looks like Usyk versus Fury is next. I doubt it. Eddie Hearn is not going to let Joshua take step aside or anything. He's in camp. Don't believe all that. I mean, I see people making videos on that. I don't believe it at all. It's it's not true. He's in camp. You know, people are gonna jump on this shit. I mean, there's no point even having a go at AJ. Like, there's no point having a go at AJ for anything now. That whole thing between him and Wilder has been long gone. Like, there's no substance to it anymore. It's just like useless at this point. Like, I don't understand what the point and everything else is. I mean, he is one of the oldest heavyweights right now. He's going to be 37 years old this year. He's taken a lot of damage. He's taken more damage in those two fights than he has his whole career. This shit is crazy. Mike said the same thing I said, Watcher. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Also, why didn't Loudmouth Edward put it out? Why didn't put it out? Put what out? To shut it down in terms of the rumors? You think Gary got robbed? I gotta watch the fight back, but I mean, I saw TS Boxing, shout out to him, with Mo and Mike yesterday. With people complaining about Gary being at the ring for so long. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's none of their business, like you said. And it's none of their business what Deontay Wilder does, really. I just want to know if he's retiring or not. It's really that simple. We can't seem to get any, clear answer. We got Wilder on a Kevin Hart interview, really sounding like he doesn't want to do it anymore. And then we got his dumbass coach, Malik, saying that, we're back in May, what are we doing here? 50, okay, yeah. If it can't, look, dude, obviously Hearn is a liar, but when it comes to stuff like this, I'll take his word for it because, it's Joshua we're talking about. It's a different situation, but Eddie Hearn hasn't said shit about it, and he's not taking a step aside, dude. I don't know why people are running with this narrative. They just want to put the hate on AJ, It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point, He's in freaking camp, and he's literally done his rematch clause thingy. It's done with. Stop trying to, pick at trees and everything and try get low-hanging fruit. This isn't, rocket science here. They get a fight, okay? Usyk's side hasn't even said shit, so it's all good. He's not going to take step aside, Why would he do that? He's got more to lose now, Deontay doesn't have anything to lose because he's already lost, He's already lost. Extremely disappointing for us, but I'm not as mad about it anymore. It's just the whole retirement thing. There's no way, dude, that he has any fights left in him. None. He doesn't have any left. He's too broken down for this sport now. He's too broken down. I mean, you've heard him before in camps say how his body breaks down. This is back in 2017 and 2018, The heavyweight division is going to turn into another Klitschko-type era. Maybe it will. I don't know. At least in the Klitschko era, there wasn't this foolishness, Because in that era, the heavyweights were really bad. They were really bad. That's why the newer heavyweights now, they don't fight those guys from back then because they're shit anyway. They're the same as journeymen, really. They weren't that good, But Vladimir gets more credit for those defenses. Wilder fought better guys in his defenses. So what are we talking about here? AJ takes 15 steps aside and Fury might just run off with the money. That's what I'm saying. I think they've learned to not fall into that category of stepping aside for Usyk and Fury, you know. And then you got Dillian White's in the mix, who won't take any offer for any opportunity ever. Dylan White's full of shit. He would have beaten pretty good in the Klitschko era because they were all shit. Yeah, they were terrible, Rojai. Tony Thompson was terrible. Eddie Chambers, he was no good. They had that Cuban guy who just freaking went down. I forgot his name. Ruslan Chagayev. Yeah, Ruslan was terrible as well. Lucas Brown beat him on PEDs, but he still beat him. Who else? Ross Purity beat Vladimir Klitschko. Deontay Wilder didn't get beat by a freaking journeyman. Vlad quit in that fight and he got knocked out. What else? I'm just at the top of my head. I think Vlad beat Chris Bird. Did he beat Chris Bird? Yeah, he did. Because Chris beat Vitaly. Chris Bird was good. What's up, Stormy? Chris Bird was good. I don't want to have to pull up Vladimir's resume, really. I don't. And he totally blew the biscuit against Joshua. Mike Perez, that's it. Seth Mitchell was he was well liked back then. But Vlad didn't fight him. I don't think Vladimir fought him. I don't think Vlad fought Seth Mitchell. HBO were really pushing Seth Mitchell back then. But Povetkin knocked out Mike Perez. That's what I'm saying, dude. People want Wilder to fight these guys. Wanted him to not fight the guys he fought. But these guys that Vladimir fought weren't that good anyway. So what are we talking about here? Yeah, Seth Mitchell. Let me check Seth Mitchell's box rec because he lost only twice, I think. Seth Mitchell. Kirsten Manswell. Wilder knocked Kirsten Manswell out. How come it was okay for everyone else to beat him, but when Wilder fought him, it was no good? 26-2-1, 2 knockout losses. He lost to Jonathan Banks. Then he avenged that loss. And then he lost against Chris Arreola and then retired. And then he beat Chaz with the spoon and some other dudes no one knows that are probably terrible. Yeah, people said this is a golden era of heavyweights. So that means Wilder's wins are better than Vlad's. This is what I'm saying. People want to come up with so much bullshit, dude. Seth Mitchell had 2. How long did Seth Mitchell fight for? He fought to 9, 10, 11, 12, 30. He fought for 5 years, not even a full 5 years, and he left. 2008 to 2013. Yeah, from Jan 2008 to September 2013. Not even a full 5 years, dude. Fighting in a weak era, dude. In my opinion, out of all the heavyweight reigns, I think Holmes or Joe Louis had the toughest. Of course they did. That was boxing back then. Now it's just complete bullshit, dude. And I think people back then were just a bit more simple in terms of, their mindset. They just kind of saw things for what they were. I don't think people were begging Holmes to come back and fight, even though he got screwed over in that freaking Spinks fight. That would have been annoying for him. But Holmes, those guys were just built a bit different back then. Skill-wise, mentality-wise, all that. But yeah. Freaking ridiculous, dude. We got haters out here begging for Deontay to come back. When I was posting all positive shit about Deontay, no one wanted to fucking know about it. No one wanted to hear about it. I got trolls on my channel. I had a freaking 100 held for review comments there on my damn channel 2 years ago. Shit is ridiculous, dude. I got a yawn. Hold on. Oh my god. Holmes was beating guys in the 90s. Dude, he was fighting in the early 2000s as well. I think Spinks, the first fight, I thought Spinks probably did win, but I could see Holmes winning it. And then I thought the rematch, Holmes clearly won. Mike Tyson knocked Holmes out. Holyfield fight was pretty good. He gave Holyfield trouble there. Then he fought that Nielsen guy in like Finland or Iceland or something, somewhere there, and I thought he beat him there. And then he fought. I'm talking about his losses. Who else did he lose to? I forgot who else Holmes lost to. Spinks, Tyson. I forgot the other one, but I think it was 5 or 6 losses he had, but yeah, I mean, you know, I don't blame Holmes for saying that these heavyweights have no skill. But like, my question is, dude, why? Like, I literally just watched Wilder versus Washington. Like, he's at that fight, dude. Like, in the crowd, he's got front row seat to that fight, watching Deontay fight in Alabama. What are you doing there if you don't think they have any skill? What's the point of being there? That's the thing with these old timers. That's my only thing with them. They kind of like, you know, I don't freaking know, dude. They're all over the shop. He threw up after the 12th round ended against Holyfield. See, I missed that. I missed that. I watched the fight, but I missed that. I imagine he would. He's older as well. Holyfield was hitting him good. He fought on the ropes way too much in that fight. His legs were gone. He could move like he used to, you know. Another Russian bot. Yep, he can go. Ike Abiyabuchi versus Riddick Bowe would have been a great one. Yeah, it would have. Yeah. I think if Ike hit Riddick, Riddick will go, dude. I mean, Riddick can consider himself pretty lucky against that Holyfield fight. You know, freaking just Holyfield walked onto it. He walked onto it. It was like an uppercut or a right hook or something. He just rushed in. You can't block him. I'm gonna have to wrench you up then. Hold on. I'm gonna have to wrench you up. Just give me a sec. Serafina in the barbershop. Now Serafina was talking all kinds of shit about Deontay. Now they want him. Now they want her on the freaking on the barbershop conversations. Get out of here, dude. Seriously, talking all kinds of shit about Jarrell Miller. Oh, we sent Wilder an offer, this and that. Fucking liars. Can't trust people, dude. You need to keep a keen eye and ear to all this stuff. Freaking letting a Rick Glazer on and shit. Let me just see this. Oh, you handled it? Cool. Yep. I'll give it, Rajah. I'll give you a thing anyway. A wrench. Stormy's like, I handled it. Add moderator. Yeah, thanks for that. These bots are crazy, dude. See, way too many of them. Way too many. I mean, let me check Deontay's social media. Let's see if he's put anything up. Doubt it. That idiot Malik is with him. Oh, Malik. He's a very funny individual, that one. Let me read some of this stuff. Actually, let me go down. I want to look through some history here. Like before the recent posts and everything. Let me see. Number 2. Do you guys remember when Deontay met the Pope? when Deontay went to Rome, Italy. He's got Martin Luther King video up. Man, I'm feeling all this nostalgia here. Looking at these old photos. It's like reminiscing. Oh, look, this is a good one. I think a guy like Holmes or Ali will be Fury's worst nightmare in the ring. Yes, of course, dude. Fury's not very good. Let's be real. He's just a big bully. That's all he is. Back in 2018, 2019, yeah. Look, this is when Deontay called out Dillian White for using PEDs. Yeah, they didn't have any rebuttal for this. I get my money back. Yeah, man, you can go to his page. I mean, this is this something is definitely the donkey of the year. Hashtag till this day. Hashtag he or a. Man, let me see. I'm just looking through, dude. I'm going way back down, way back down. Brazil. This is about April, May 2019. Deontay does look different here. His eyes and his body and everything. That gold headgear. Let me just come back to the stream just so I can see it. You think it's too late for Wilder to make a comeback if he's one fight away from title shot? Dude, he's not getting a title shot. They're going to freeze him out. It doesn't matter who he fights. It doesn't matter who he fights, dude. He's not going to get a title shot. Let me read this post. This is a good photo, this. I like this photo. The rematch will reveal the sequence. I mean, this was like 8 days after the fight. Let me see this. This should have been the one and only time he fought Fury. The ref Jack Reese is an amazing ref in which I've had the pleasure to work with. Yeah, I mean, Deontay went easy on Jack Reese just there with that statement. Just to be real about it. So we're in 2018. See, Deontay doesn't post too much on. Oh, look at this photo. I remember when I saw this photo. That was a good photo, that. Yeah. That was a good one. 1 month. The press tour. Dual power photo. Look at this photo, dude. Look at this one right here. I mean, look at that. That's a real standout, that. What else? He was really into the whole thing of no, that's not his daughter. I thought his daughter was learning to walk there, but she could walk at that point. Golden Road. Oh, this is the Anthony Joshua interview. So let me check the chat. I'm going back and forth. This was the Anthony Joshua interview.
Devil on my shoulder, the manager hat says, what's best to guide my career? So it's playing devil's advocate, putting them together and seeing what works out best for my career. Do you know what I mean?
What was it, Wembley?
It depends. I think if it's pushed that way, it has to happen. And I just think I'm going to do things my way, innit? If Wilder works, we're going to make it happen. If Wilder isn't the right opponent for next year, then we'll put it back on into 2019. But I'm just going to do things my way. People just can't rush my career. That's one thing I've learned is that I've got a career. I need to map it out. I'm going to take fights at the right time for me. And yeah, if it's next year or the year after or the year after, when I fight him, I'll be in a position to beat him.
I find it funny when you say, even though you're world champion, people don't rush. I don't want people to rush my career like you're still learning. I'm thinking you're the top of
on my shoulder to fight.
Yeah, but that's okay in these fans' eyes, you know. That's okay in those fans' eyes, you know. It's okay for them to freaking go about that. Look at this piece of art that he put on his Instagram. He's not the same person though anymore. I know for a fact he used to be happier. Well, after all this Fury fiasco bullshit, it's not the same anymore. You know? Oh my lord. What is all this? Got a bunch of videos with DeBella, Finkel. Half 5 or 6.
Go. King Kong hit any farm animal like that. He can go. But he ain't that. I ain't no fighter. If I pick up that 10-pound weight, any one of y'all can get in this ring. All right, shit. If I got that 10-pound weight, yeah, there's gonna be some openings when I miss the swing. But you know that 10-pound weight can hit you anywhere. And I'm going into the win column.
And he combined that velocity with the power of a heavyweight, and he created a whole new thing. We never saw a heavyweight fighter like that, and we have not since.
I mean, the first fights were like exhibitions. They were so easy. A lot of that finish. I mean, he even took Mark Marchico, who was a really clever fighter and hard to get. He knocked him out.
That was very interesting. I gotta watch this back. What about this DeBella one? I gotta check this out later, man. I recommend you the Joshua fallacy.
That's on Mars. When we colonate that, I'll be ready to fight him there too. I think Joshua is a boy. They're gonna do something else. Why can't it happen next? They literally fought 1 week apart. Neither one of them's hurt. They're exactly on the same schedule. Right. No, and you're right. Because Anthony Joshua doesn't want to fight this man right now. Okay, I'll give you that. Eddie Hearn doesn't want Anthony Joshua to fight this man right now. When you look at me, I'm very confident.
Yeah, man. This is Manuel Cha. Manuel Cha is an idiot. People are born with power. Yep. I'm gonna have to check his page out later in more depth. But look, bottom line is, you know, I was able to appreciate Deontay back then. Now people are trying to turn around and, you know, put it on its head and say, oh, well, you know, he should come back and he should fight. No point whatsoever. No point. No point whatsoever. None. There's no point. There's no point at all doing it. You know? I mean, people just want to come out the woodworks now with this complete trash of an outlook on it. Like, he'll get credit for beating Ruiz. He won't get credit for anyone, dude. He won't get credit for anything. In my honest opinion, Heyman failed Wilder. What makes you say that? I just think Deontay should have forgot about Joshua and Fury at that point, because it's like they're not going to fight you, and they're only going to do it on bullshit. So it's like, just fight guys in the top 10 and everything, in the top 15. Just get them. Just build it up, make money, and retire. And you have a good career. The what could have beens and everything, it's not on you, it's on them. Well and truly. Well and truly. You know? I just can't believe this whole mindset of it, dude. You know? Charles Martin had the IBF and Al didn't make the in-house unification. I mean, look, dude, Drew Titan and everyone, they say that, you know, Al did the right thing in that aspect, but you have to understand, if you look at where that belt has gone now, it's very hard to get. If they had just done the in-house fight, it could have worked out better, you see? Like, Wilder could have got that belt, and then he could have gone for Manuel Charles or Trevor Bryan, then he would have had 3 belts. Then all you need is the WBO, and that was it. It was there. They just didn't want to fight him. And they talk about, oh, you know, there was no money in it. There's money in it. You know, if you actually try and actually get a deal done, it will probably get done and it will probably make a lot. But, you know, these guys, they just freaking... What's Al Heyman going to do for him now? What, they're going to have a meeting in his office in Vegas and he's going to be like, hey, Deontay, how are you? And then they're going to freaking, like, there's going to be 3 pieces of paper. There's going to be one with freaking Andy Ruiz. Then there's going to be one of, I don't know, some other fighter. And then there's going to be something else, you know, some deal or whatever. It's ridiculous, man. Seriously. You know? I don't think Heyman failed him, but I think he failed him in that aspect for sure. Why should Al Heyman consider? Oh, dude, that was such a bad decision. Charles Martin going over there to fight Joshua. It's a bad decision. Just a bad decision. You know? Who knows? Maybe if he had the IBF belt, maybe Joshua would have fought him. You know, we could have had that fight in 2018, but, you know, again, they don't want it. You know? I don't think they'll ever fight Wilder. They'll only entertain it now because he's older and he's no good anymore in that aspect. He's just not like the same anymore, dude. He's just not the same. You know? Because really, he did lose on bullshit. That's just what it is. He lost on bullshit, and they're just fine with sweeping it by. You know? I tell you, man, freaking shit is ridiculous. Really. If you guys want to put your thoughts down about anything else, do let me know. Because I kind of emptied the tank on my whole, you know, statements here. Who do you think takes over if Wilder retires? Well, I think Usyk is probably going to end up being undisputed. And then he'll probably retire. His career won't go for another 3 years. It'll probably go for another 1 or 2 years. Who will take over? I don't think anyone will take over. I think it will just be up and down. Because the division isn't hot like that. You know what I mean? Do you think Joe Joyce has anything to offer? In terms of what, like, competition-wise? Or, as a comeback opponent? Or just Joyce in general in the heavyweight division? The problem with Joyce is he's old. He's old. People don't understand that he's like 36 years old. He's good, you know. He's good. Me and his manager got into a little bit of an argument yesterday. He's like, Jared Anderson shouldn't fight competition-wise. He beats a lot of guys. He'll beat Dillian White easily, Joe Joyce. You know? Joe Joyce is good, you know? Joyce has 1 title shot. He has 1 and only title shot. He's very big and durable. He's like 6'5.5". They say he's 6'6", but I think he's like 6'5.5". Because that's what his original height was listed as. So I'm going with that. And he looks it anyway. He just eats way too many punches. You know? He really does. And he thinks he can't be hurt. Which he can be. To the head and to the body. You know? He just fights smaller guys than him. Really. You know? We'll see if someone his size with actual ability that fights him. And then we'll see what's up. You know? It's ridiculous. Man. This is reading something. AGL. I don't think it's very possible for Wilder to beat Ruiz, Dylan White, or Usyk. Or do you think he could pull a Foreman? I don't know what AGL is. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I agree, Rajai. I mean, if you pulled a Foreman, he can't pull a Foreman. His body won't allow it. I mean, it doesn't matter if he can beat them or not. The fact is, it's a waste of time. It's just a huge waste of time. Well and truly. It's a huge waste of time. Joyce versus Brazil. Joyce will jab his head off, dude. You do think it's possible. I mean, it's just a waste of time, dude. He shouldn't come back. I'm making it very clear that it's a stupid idea. And that's that. I don't want him to come back because there's no point. You're just walking into racism, abuse from the media, just trash talk from other fighters. There's no point. Just get out of this toxic ass sport, man. Seriously. Absolutely no point at all trying to go about this. You got too many critiques out there, dude. You've dealt with it enough. You've made your money. And that's it. Have some, keep your pride intact. It's fucking bullshit, dude. People just want him to fight so they can see him lose. This is what people gotta get through their thick head. He doesn't need to fight anymore. There's nothing else. Oh, he gets 20 million against Ruiz. He's got 20 million. He can make 20 million from freaking acting or something. I don't know. Or I don't know. Just sit back and retire, dude. You ain't gonna have to work. I'd kill to not be able to work in his position. I think anyone would. It's just ridiculous, dude. Like, what the fuck is the point? He's broken down, dude. I mean, he had a dent in his fucking head, dude. Like, come on. I mean, when you start getting dents in your head and everything, like, maybe you go call it a day. Oh god, I wish I was his manager. I would have said, dude, fuck the Fury fight and all that. Forget it. Let's just go on and do our own thing. Let's fight in Canada. Let's fight in Germany. Let's fight in England. Let's fight in Africa. Let's fight in Asia. Let's do those things. Let's just do a world tour. Let's just fight guys in the top 15. Let's just do a world tour. Let's just, make money around the world and have fun with it. Do a few fights in America, like with Michael Hunter or Trevor Bryan. Just do that. Absolutely no point whatsoever trying to fight these dudes that are considered the top and they don't even freaking do anything to make the fight. Only when it's convenient for them. Some fucking BS, dude. I'm not going to entertain this bullshit. All these channels out here saying, oh, we need Wilder back. We don't need Wilder to do anything. All these people were saying years ago, was saying that they freaking needed him to fight Joshua, do this, do that. Bullcrap. You aren't going to get a fair shake in this sport anyway. Fury is the only fighter these days that can get knocked down for 9 seconds, get up at 9 seconds, and get somehow the benefit of the doubt of getting to recover and continue. All of that shit. What fighter have you seen turn their back to a ref, walk all over the place, and then get told, yeah, you're good to go? That's crap. You know, that's what Deontay had to freaking put up with in that damn fight that he had. It's a bad idea, dude. That's why Wilder was pushing for it early in 2013. That's why he wanted the fight then. It made sense then. It was two guys coming up. Yeah, the loser can rebuild. All of a sudden, Wilder gets hurt by Ortiz. Then Fury wants to come out of retirement and fight him and call him out relentlessly. Shit. Freaking ridiculous, dude. See, they'll all go for him now. But the thing is, they're not even really going to go for him. Punk-ass Andy Ruiz wants to go for him because he thinks he can clip him with that stupid-ass overhand. That's not skill. That's just bullshit. That's what that is. You know? I mean, tell me I'm wrong, please. I know everyone's got an opinion, but come on. Seriously, just retire and just take it on the chin and just enjoy retirement. Just enjoy the fruits of that. Because there's no point in doing all this extra shit for people that don't care about you. These fans don't care about Deontay. They don't care at all. They're in La La Land. They live in a fantasy world. It's okay for Joshua to say, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for him. You know, it's okay for Fury to do all the shit he does. It's okay for Dillian Whyte to say, talk with no action. It's all good for these guys. You know? All good for them. But unfortunately, this is what it's come down to. I will be much more happy if the man retires because there's nothing, you know, out there. Wilder can do whatever he wants, go on a world tour and beat up whoever. The only problem I have with that, Roger, is that should have been a thing in early 2019 he did. Like, you know. It's just freaking ridiculous. It took a lot of searching to find real Deontay Wilder supporters. But when you mention the dent, it's like, damn, you got a point. Are you talking about like on YouTube or just in general? Deeply goated. Me, the shit I'm saying now makes me a real fan. Makes me a real fan. Everyone else that's clamoring for a comeback, I don't know if they really support him or not. To be quite honest with you. You know? I've been criticized enough for my opinion. I'm gonna stick by it. He shouldn't come back. He shouldn't. He doesn't need to fight anymore. The whole World Tour thing, that would have been good with the belt. He would have got title defenses under his belt. He would have been like 48 and 0 with the one draw. The draw, who cares about the draw? The draw, you can just take that as a win if you want. You know, it's a matter of opinion from those idiots. That's the whole purpose of the draw. It's neutral. It's a neutral score. It's not a win or a loss. It's a neutral. It's a draw. It's down the middle. Either guy could have got it. But the guy who did more damage won the fight. And that was that. That was that. You know? No point anymore. You know, I saw someone throw the idea out there that he could go down to Bridgerweight. For what exactly? He'll get no credit there. You know? on YouTube because when I heard people mention Wilder, it was always them taking a piss at him because they need views and money and supporters in their comment section to talk shit about him. I'm a real Deontay supporter, and I thought he did terrible. Not terrible, but I thought he did bad in the third fight. I think his coach is an idiot, and no one should be under his tutelage because he's an idiot. Well, I think at least for Deontay, it's best to get rid of Malik. He doesn't care about him. He's an idiot, that guy. That's my opinion on it. I say he can do what he wants. I prefer he retires, but I don't want him giving these fake dudes money. Nobody wanted to fight him then, so why are they giving them the opportunity now? Exactly. Like Ruiz is like out here begging, dude. I just can't believe it. Like, just people want to just get at this dude. Like Jared, I mean, let me pull this picture up of Jared Anderson, dude. Look at how people try to copy Deontay, dude. Look, I'm going to bring this up. Just look at how people try to copy Deontay. This is not coincidence. This isn't coincidence at all. Just bringing my picture up. Just bear with me. Jared Bum-ass Anderson. Bob Ryan's like at the end of 2022. I wouldn't mind that though if Deontay was undefeated. You know what I mean? This is funny. You gotta laugh when you see this photo, dude. Look how Anderson tries to copy this dude. Jared Anderson. I mean, look at this dude. This is funny. Can I zoom in on this? Like, everyone wants to copy Deontay all of a sudden. Here. I mean, he's holding a green belt that's meant to like look like the WBC. He's got his hand around the same area. He's chucking a big smile. This is ridiculous, dude. It's just like these guys are trying so hard, like to, and I mean the tattoos, you can make what you want of them, but like Deontay's got tattoos everywhere, pretty much. Oh my lord. I mean, they're just trying to copy Deontay. Deontay wouldn't get any credit for being Jared Anderson. This is what I'm saying. He wouldn't get any credit whatsoever. Jared isn't going to be a star. Jared's going to be nothing. Jared's no good. That's the thing. Jared isn't good at all. Jared isn't good at all. Simple. Oh my lord. Let me just see. Got 5 people watching. Frank Sanchez blasts Jared Anderson out. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, these young guys, you don't know, dude. I mean, one shot can do anything. I just want to know, dude. Like, is the dude retiring or not? Like, why don't these people just speak out on it? The Ruiz fight is so shit, dude. It's such a bad fight. I hate that fight. I hate it so much. Like, no, there's no fight out there for him. No one. You actually literally cannot conjure up a fight of any sort that makes sense. Unless we want to do a Force Fury fight, then maybe. But there's no point in doing that. Because what's going to happen is the same shit. He's just going to cheat him again. Ruiz, let me just read this. Ruiz ducked Ortiz and Charles Martin, but he wants Wilder. He doesn't want Wilder. He wants a payday. That's what he wants. Because he spent it eating tacos. And that's not racist, by the way. You don't think Ruiz gets destroyed, plus with Ruiz, I think it will solidify him even further. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Solidify him even further? Who, Deontay? I don't quite understand what you mean by that. I mean, Arreola beat Ruiz's ass, really. I mean, if you look at the fight, I mean, Ruiz couldn't land much clean anyway. I mean, Arreola was blocking most of it. The rope saved Ruiz from falling down. Ruiz just a donut on legs, man. Like Karnaki, really. You know? He doesn't even have a chin anymore. Wilder gets solidified from beating who? Ruiz. Look, listen, deeply goated. I appreciate you as well for like coming to my channel. It's good to have a new face around here. You know, so if I disagree with an opinion, I'm not coming off as rude or anything. I'm just letting that know for everyone. But doing Ruiz is jack shit for him. Just a bit more money in the bank. Like he needs any more of that. This is why I want dudes that are ducked to fight bums. Bum of the month club. But that's why I said, like, the fact that Joshua and Fury didn't want to fight in early 2019 as well, it's like, fine, let's get rid of Brazil. Let's get the Ortiz rematch. Let's then fight Karnaki in New York. Let's then fight Oscar Rivas or Dillian White, either one of those two. But Dillian doesn't even want to fight Deontay, so let's just go with Rivas. Let's fight Hunter. Let's freaking get a Jugba because he'll bring an audience. Like, do that fight in Africa or something, and then fight, someone else. Mike said Wilder versus Ruiz, not trying to see that. It's shit fight, dude. Ruiz didn't even really want to fight Wilder when they were sitting next to each other in that Fox studio. Ruiz is full of shit, dude. Yeah, stop chasing people that duck you. That's exactly what I'm saying, dude. There's just no point in doing that. That's why I think Shelley should have said, listen, let's forget about this. Let's just do a world tour. Let's just have some fights in America. Let's fight in Canada or something. Just forget it. There's no point in fighting Fury and all these guys, dude. Like, I would rather see, like, a third Ortiz fight just based on the fact that, I mean, that would be pointless as well. But that would make more sense than a Ruiz fight, because a Ruiz fight would an Ortiz fight, they have stuff in common. I just saw your comment, like, I'd rather see Wilder knock out Joe Joyce. That is a bad fight for Deontay to come back to be quite honest. If you asked me that 2 years ago, I'd say Wilder easily. That's a bad fight for Deontay, in my opinion. I know what people are going to say. Joyce doesn't really move his head much, and he's slow and everything. But if he freaking, gets on Deontay like Fury did, the same shit's going to happen. Deontay's just going to fall apart. Like, all the nuts and bolts are going to go out again. And I don't even... Look, dude. I can understand what you're saying, Mike, because everyone's trying to big up Joe Joyce to be this world killer, when he's not. The Wild was beating that kid. Don't ever let me get a belt. I'm fighting all over the world like Ali did. Yeah, exactly. Really. And that would be the benefit, Rojai, because he'd have just the WBC at that point, and the mandatories would be easy to maintain. Unlike having all those other world titles. One mandatory every like 2 or 3 years, Wilder versus Huey Fury. Like, that would have been someone to, like, after the Tyson Fury fight, you probably should have gone for Huey Fury. Really. Just knock him off and say, I beat one of your family members. You can't avenge it because I'm not giving you an opportunity because you're spreading bullshit about me. You're defaming my name, saying that I robbed you in America when the judges actually gave you the decision. You should have done that Tyson instead. If Wilder was in his prime, I cracked Joyce, but now I agree. Joyce is in the WBO, but he's number 2 in the WBC. Joyce. I'm sorry, if Joyce beat Wilder, you can't beat up the win, though, because apparently Wilder's a bum and he's trash and he's rubbish and everything, so it's a lose-lose, really, for everyone. Really. Joyce, he ran from Ortiz, dude. Like, you know, this is all strategy. This is all protocol for them, you know? It's all protocol. Unbelievable. Okay? Unbelievable. Do I think Joyce would get up from that right hand that Fury went down from? Probably not. But again, he's just a big dude. These guys are just big. They got big genetics on them. If I got hit like that, I wouldn't get up for a few minutes because I'm just too small to take a shot like that. I don't have enough stuff protecting my brain. So these heavyweights, though, they're that thick built that they can take it a bit more. You know? But, Mike, you see, like, if Wilder beat Fury, then I'd say, you know what, he can fight Joyce because Dillian White's playing games. So just fight Joyce. He's number 2 or whatever, you know? But we're in this bullshit situation where people just want him to return. I'm not going to get mad at you if you want Deontay to return, but it's these people that are trying to sympathize and hate, you know, these haters wanting him back. They can't give me an answer. There's lots of fights out there. Just because there's 14 other guys in the rankings does not mean there's actually more fights. Because I heard Malik say, we're not going to go up against like a Fury level of opponent, but we're going to go up against someone that can test us. I mean, what are we talking about here? Well, like, what does that even mean? You know? What is it? What does that even mean? It means nothing at all. Nothing whatsoever. I wonder if Eddie is going to let Fury cheat Usyk. Dude, Usyk's going to beat the shit out of him. Because he's going to circle him and box his ass up. I like Usyk. But that bullshit you did where he was calling out Wilder and then ran off to fight Joshua. He's like, Wilder's the easiest. Fine, then be mandatory for him. Move up from cruiserweight and do it. Do that instead. Get rid of Dillian White and go for Wilder. Simple. Rather than fighting Witherspoon, Chisora, then Joshua, he could have fought Dillian and then just got Wilder. Or just got Wilder, but he chose to go the long way. Because Joshua was an easier fight back then. I don't get how you could say someone's a bum when they defend their belt 10 times and everyone else ducks them. Well, that's their mindset, Goated. I mean, like, they're gonna say Joyce beat Wilder, this and that. I mean, these guys are full of shit, dude, really. He's so bad. I'm guessing Vladimir Klitschko's a bum then. How many title defenses does Vladimir Klitschko have? Let me check, actually, longest heavyweight champion reigns. Heavyweight. Vlad was a champion for, well, they said 11 years, but then I heard, like, it says he had 9 years apparently, so who knows. 12 years, Vladimir Klitschko. Vitaly 7, Lennox Lewis 8, Muhammad Ali 9, Joe Lewis 11, Larry, Jack, Sullivan, Johnson, Holyfield, Wilder. So Wilder's got more than James J. Corbett, Floyd Patterson, and Joe Frazier. Ooh. 10 title defenses. It says 8 beaten opponents. That's not right, but yeah. Yep. It would have been good if just Deontay won the fight, but yeah, no. It is what it is, yeah? Gotta live with that. Jesus Christ. It's just a shit feeling, really. I mean, like, I don't feel as bad about it as I once did, but not even close, but still, you know. They're all full of shit, these channels, dude. Seriously, they're all full of shit. I'm the one that will give it to you straight down the middle. This is what I think, and this is how it is. That's just how it is for me, you know? I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything like that. I'm just going to, you know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Let me read these comments. Technically 11, he did KO Fury, but everyone acts like that didn't happen. Yep. I think, well, I mean, if I'm being a real fanboy, I'll probably say that, you know, he probably knocked out Fury twice, first fight and the third fight, but then I sound delusional saying that, so I don't know. Oh, man. Makabu is so mad Canelo isn't fighting him anymore. Oh, really? Let me see what Makabu said. Hey, Mike, did you see Don King the other day do that press conference? Makabu. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. Malik Scott gives his thoughts on Canelo versus Lunga. Yeah. Mike, I'll send you the link for it. He held a press conference with Trevor Bryan and Jonathan Gurdy guy. Actually, I want to see what Christopher Lovejoy. I mean, Don King Productions. Don King, legendary boxing promoter. Being friends with Trump and legacy. Don King's a funny dude. Mikasa Mukasa. Mike, this is not the only link. There's like a whole press conference for this. It's like an hour long. I didn't watch all of it. I watched like not even 5 minutes of it, but that's what it is. He didn't say anything, but I mean, how he's not. Yeah, maybe. Lovejoy was there. No, Lovejoy wasn't there, but I want to see if he's put anything up. Christopher Lovejoy. Yeah, maybe Deontay will come back and fight Lovejoy. That would be a good one, huh? Oh, man. Christopher Lovejoy said Johnny Fisher is easy work. Johnny Fisher is easy work. I'm sorry, dude. I gotta pull this fight up, dude. I gotta pull this fight up of Christopher Lovejoy. I gotta pull this fight up. This is too funny. All right, I'll send it to you on the other thing, Mike. Yeah. I'll send it to you later, Mike. Who knocked out like 100 bums? Shit. Yeah, that is the guy, I guess, goated. Let me pull this up. This fight was in Germany, I think. Wasn't? Yeah, I think it was in Germany. So Lovejoy is fighting Manuel Chai, and this is the first round. Why is he gonna Philly shell stance? Oh my god. He's getting told off for doing the jab like that. Oh my god. Horrible technique. You can't be this bad at like throwing a damn jab. Come on. Like Char's smart there. He's hitting the ribs. Because he knows he's better conditioned. I think it was the second round, guys. I'm waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it. When we first came across this fight, we said it was like a feeling out process. Because that's what it was in the first round. The second round, though, Manuel Char just came out like a demon possessed. This is such an awkward fight, dude. Lovejoy got $200,000 for this fight. Oh, man. That is nuts. A good little body slap there. They're both wearing those Pathan sport gloves. At least those ones look normal. He's doing a Tyson Fury on him. He's taking a knee there. Even Charles was laughing about it. So Christopher Lovejoy does not want it. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Manuel Char fought Vitaly Klitschko, dude. That shit is the worst. All right, here it comes. Second round. Nah, I've muted it for some reason. Here it comes. I'll check the chat in a minute. Damn, he's doing the Tyson. That's super illegal, dude. That's worse than the headlock, I think, because you're putting all the pressure on the neck there. You're not just choking it. Christopher's mouth is open. Once he gets near the ropes or the corner, he's got to go down. He tried the right hand there, but he's chasing him. He's not cutting him off. It's a small ring. Walking out. You don't want to get up. You didn't really stay there until the count finished. Oh my god, dude. He's still down there. That was terrible, dude. That was terrible. This fight is disgraceful. People were hyped for Lovejoy. Don't play that horrible shit by seconds. When I first saw that fight, I was so bad. He fell into his, yep. Daniel Dubois versus Manuel Cha next makes sense for the WBA. Man, I don't know what Dubois wants to do. I mean, Dubois, he's not improved at all. He's made zero improvements. Cha can't even do a damn cartwheel. Dude, Manuel Cha is not good. He's not good. Straight up, he's not good. Manuel Cha. I'm gonna wrap this up soon. If you guys want to ask a couple more questions, I'll answer them. This was an unplanned stream. It actually went for longer than I thought. It's actually been an alright stream, you know. It's been alright, so I got to look at it in a positive way. So I'm glad I can, say that. So I appreciate everyone that came. So if you want to ask a couple more questions, by all means, do so, because that's quite alright with me. Oh man. Imagine if Trevor Bryan loses though. Whoo, that's gonna be a bad one for sure. It's not good. I'm gonna tell you that now. Not good at all. This is what boxing has come down to, man. That's what it's come down to. I wouldn't mind doing a film study on my channel again, but it would really just have to be worth my time. Like between two fighters, like an upcoming fight. Like I used to do a lot on Dillian White. Me and Mike used to do that a lot. You know, Marciano versus Usyk. I think Usyk. Yeah, because just the size and the skill and everything. I think Usyk points, maybe late stoppage. I mean, what 5'10" against 6'3", and just Usyk, man. Usyk's good. He's very good. In my opinion, anyway. I've been watching him for a long time. Were the Klitschko's overrated or underrated, considering what Fury did to them and what Wilder did to Fury? I thought Vitaly was underrated. I thought the brother was a bit more overrated in the sense of him being regarded higher than Vitaly. But Vitaly really should have been rated higher than Vladimir. What Fury did to Vlad wasn't impressive. That was a close fight, I think. Let me check the scorecards. Let me check the scorecards. Yeah, the only let me see the scorecard. No, that's just, what are we talking about here? They're showing freaking Wilder Fury scorecards. I want the Klitschko one. Yeah, I don't know. Vlad was 40. I just think it wasn't impressive. Now I think Vlad was old when he fought Fury and when he fought Joshua. The fact that Vladimir couldn't drop Fury was kind of telling, but still, I think the Klitschko's were good. I just thought like they were a bit too. I think Vladimir he got off scot-free with a lot of stuff, but they were good. I liked them. They made use of their advantages. So yeah. Yeah, some good insight you can get from watching their careers and everything. Yeah, very interesting. But yeah, I'll wrap it up here. And I appreciate everyone that came through. You know, it's been good. And I'm not sure when I'll be on next, but you know, I'll see you guys around. And let's just hope things get better for all of us, you know, especially in boxing. But yeah, with that, I'll be out, and peace to everyone.